Good day and welcome to the research presentation of myself, Miss Krista Johnson and Miss Arita Yipsam. We'll be looking at common factors influencing deviance in youth and approaches to address this issue. What is deviance? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, deviance can be used as both a noun and adjective. It is used to describe a person or behavior that is unusual and generally considered to be unacceptable. Now, before we move on, it is relevant to discuss that deviance is subject to relativity. This is because what is considered as socially normal or legally normal will differ depending on one's society. Deviant behavior can include, but is not limited to, the following, such as drug use, excessive alcohol consumption, truancy, promiscuity, stealing, other violent offenses such as rape, and even murder. Categories of deviance. Deviance may be categorized as either formal, which includes the breaking of the formal law, such as committing robbery or rape, or informal, which includes acts like wearing an odd hairstyle or screaming and shouting in public. Formal deviance calls for legal repercussions, such as imprisonment, whilst a consequence of informal deviance is social stigma. The adolescent period is one that can be difficult for the individual as the mind and body are both going through major physical and cognitive changes. Deviant behavior can be influenced by various things such as lived experiences, mental health disorders, cognitive distortions, poor role models, and the lack of religious or moral education. The social control theory by Hershey 1969 posits that it is the failure to develop certain bonds within society that contributes to deviancy. The main factors influencing deviant adolescent behavior include the family, school, peer groups, neighborhood, and media. The school environment is integral in child development as they spend a large portion of their life in school. It is here that they have much of their self-perception and social literacy shaped. Children are influenced by the way the adults in their lives act, including teachers. If the school environment is chaotic and unorganized with little regard to the students, their behavior will be negatively impacted. Voisin and Nealon's 2010 state, adolescents who believe that they are receiving high levels of support in school and feel that they are connected to teachers are less likely to engage in risky sexual behaviors compared with peers reporting less school support or teacher connectedness. As the old proverb goes, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are, and birds of a feather flock together. Peer groups. Peer groups have a significant influence on whether a child behaves deviantly. Because the adolescent period is a time when children seek to form strong bonds through friendships and romantic relationships, consequently, interaction with their peer group will have an impact on their attitude and what they consider to be acceptable behavior. When children are exposed to other children who partake in deviant behavior, it is very likely that they will join and engage in similar activities.
The role of the family is of major importance because parents are responsible for rearing their children in such a way that they become decent and law abiding members of society. They need to adequately monitor their child and implement effective discipline to ensure their children stay on the right path. Children who do not have a safe and loving home environment may seek to have familiar warmth in delinquent crowd such as gangs. Marital conflicts, absent parents, abuse or having parents who struggle with mental health and addiction are all risk factors that can lead a child down a deviant path. The neighborhood a child is reared in is also an impact on whether or not they go down a deviant path, as neighborhood with high level of crime and poverty also put them at risk to engage in activities as unacceptable and corrupt. The media has a significant influence on what is acceptable in society. Certain messages are spread through social media, movies, television shows, and musics, which may cause a child to internalize those messages and act out in order to mimic the behavior and attitudes promoted. The technological era has introduced cyber deviance. Children now engage in inappropriate behavior such as cyberbullying, cybersex, and scamming. There are many cases of children who committed suicide because of cyberbullying, therefore, the influence. How can we help to reform deviant youth or prevent deviance in youth? It is a community effort. Social institutions such as family, school system, and government all need to work together. If parents have a child or children involved in deviance activities, it is imperative they take immediate action by taking their child for counseling and guidance. In the case where the child is dealing with various addiction or mental disorder, they must be exposed to the relevant treatment option and offer support to reintegrate into society as a healthy and functional member. School should have guidance, counselor, and ensure parents are consistently updated on their child's behavior. In some cases, the government may need to become involved to handle especially dangerous situations. Deviance behavior is usually the consequences of trauma, poor upbringing, and other personal social experience. It can be prevented, and deviant youth can be rehabilitated and reintegrated into society. Now that brings you to the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching.